Welcome back, everybody. It's been a little bit. I apologize. I have been sick, and then a few scheduling conflicts actually arose here in the studio. But thankfully, we are back this week with the In-Between show. Again, a show that tries and finds middle ground in the stories of today. And hopefully, we are allowing you, the viewer, to gain a greater perspective of the current arguments going on all around us, all the time, it seems. So today, we will be sailing into the political waters, specifically that of the Republican Party. Guys, which is going on within the Republican Party? I mean, the presidential election is now less than a year away, and a Republican candidate is needed to contest current President Joe Biden. Now, as always, like we like to do here on the In-Between show, let's start with the facts of this situation. So again, the argument we're looking at today is the division in the Republican Party of, do we want Ron DeSantis, a new and up-and-coming political leader, or do we want to stick with former President Donald Trump? Okay, this is a pretty big deal and the stakes are high, especially considering the Republican Party hasn't won recently. So again, let's start with the facts. So in the search for this candidate, serious division is rising in the Republican Party. Now, at first, there were 14 potential candidates running for president. Now, of course, a lot of those were long shot candidates, meaning we don't really think they had a shot. But there also were favorites. There was Chris Christie, former New Jersey governor, Ron DeSantis, again, current governor of Florida, Nikki Haley, one of the only females in the high lead of the Republican Party, and of course, none other than Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump is still currently leading in the polls. This is a fact. Ron DeSantis is directly behind him, but it should be noted, this gap is still extremely large. Okay, DeSantis isn't just trailing him by a little bit. The gap is still pretty large between the two. So if DeSantis wants to gain ahead of Trump, he's going to have to do something very significant. All right. So with that being said, we can see the sides becoming clear. Some are for a new look for the Republicans with DeSantis, while others believe that the only one who could help America, get America out of the war with Iran, save us from, the political turmoil or the economic turmoil we're in, is the former president, Donald Trump. All right. So we got the facts out of the way. Time to draw the sides. So let's get to the side of people who are for DeSantis, or in other words, just for new leadership in the Republican Party. All right. So one point is that, look, Trump's already lost 4 in the main election. Why would we try again? Right? Trump lost in the 2020 election against Joe Biden. The debates, they weren't a pretty sight for Trump. And putting him up against him again might lead to the same results. So you can understand why people in the Republican Party are going to be a little hesitant about bringing Trump up again. I mean, he did lose in the 2020 election. So, Republicans fear another point, too, is that he's going to create more division in the party. And it already seems like the Republican Party is divided. So, creating more, can understand why it's a big fear. So, author Merrill Matthews from The Hill actually stated that he could tear the Republican Party apart. Which would lead to disastrous effects, right? Donald Trump dividing this party would be horrible for the Republicans, right? Because it's already very unstable as it is. With that being said, some are for a new look too for the Republicans. Not only are they saying Trump will divide the country, but they're also saying that we need new leadership. The people want something new. And that's where DeSantis comes in. While others believe the only one who could help America right now is Trump, people believe the only person who can save America is DeSantis, someone fresh, someone new. Okay, so now time for the side still standing with the former president. Point one is clear. Trump is leading very heavily in the polls. It's obvious. So you would think, well, he has a strong base. People still believe in him. And again, it seems the majority of the Republican Party is behind him currently. Why would we not stick with Trump? Another point is that though he lost the 2020 election, he still did win the 2016 election. That shouldn't be overlooked, guys. I mean, it's very difficult to win an election. And with that being said, we can understand that he has the capability. He has the knowledge. He knows how to win, right? And lastly, a lot of his policies, more specifically his economic policies, are what Americans are looking towards right now. We are in economic turmoil currently. And whether you hate him or not, during Trump's administration, our economy before the COVID-19 pandemic was doing tremendous. So it is no surprise that people still want to stay with Trump. They want those old economic policies back. They want his foreign and international policies back, his foreign leadership back. Considering it seems to be like we've been getting into war after war. Possibly people want that leadership back. So both sides, guys, it's very clear, have great points. And these perspectives of each side, we can understand why someone would want, hey, we need new leadership, we need DeSantis. Or why someone would be like, I think we need to stay with Trump. He has won before. His policies were good. And majority of the party, again, as we read off in the facts, is still behind Donald Trump. So with that being said, guys, I think we can see again that both sides have great points. Again, I just want to thank you all for tuning in. It's been a great show today. I've really enjoyed it. And again, we welcome you back to next week's show. And again, thank you. This is the In Between show.